On top of Becerra's confirmation hearing, there's other major pro-life news we're monitoring on Capitol Hill. Congress takes up the $1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief bill, which includes abortion funding. The COVID proposal contains $750 million for global health and billions of dollars for community health centers, but without pro-life Hyde Amendment protections. That means the funding could go towards abortions, abortion coverage, or abortion providers. Pro-life groups are also raising concerns over the Equality Act. The bill redefines sex to include sexual orientation, gender identity, as well as pregnancy, childbirth, or a related condition. That is largely interpreted to mean patients can insist on abortion from an individual doctor, compelling medical professionals to participate in abortion procedures. Prudence Robertson, the communications associate for the Susan B. Anthony list, joins us now for Pro-Life Analysis. Prudence, I do want to get your thoughts on Becerra, but first, this is being called a tsunami week for the pro-life movement because we're also facing, as I just shared, the COVID relief bill and the Equality Act. What do pro-lifers need to know?
Right. So what they need to know is that Democrats are really pulling out the stops when it comes to paying back the abortion lobby this week. They, we expect, are going to pass in the House the COVID relief bill, which, as is written, would force taxpayers to fund abortion on demand. Once again, they're using the coronavirus to push their radical agenda, this time by denying to include language from the Hyde Amendment in that bill. We also expect a vote on the Equality Act, which really is just an attempt to deceive the American people. While Democrats are claiming that this bill stands for human rights and equality, it really pushes the most extreme aspects of their party, including their belief in abortion. And it includes abortion in the definition of sex discrimination right alongside pregnancy and childbirth, putting abortion on the same level as giving birth to a child. It really just is outrageous, and we're tracking both of these items very closely. It's important that our movement is at the tip of the spear on these issues.
Absolutely. Okay, turning to Becerra now, we have seen that Xavier Becerra is an aggressive abortion advocate. What stands out to you from his record that might indicate how he would rule if he does get confirmed as HHS secretary?
Well, Catherine, he would truly be an enemy to every pro-life policy that we have worked to promote so hard in the pro-life movement for decades. His record truly does span decades. He voted for partial birth abortion, as you said earlier in the show, and he was even questioned on that just yesterday by Senator Mitt Romney, and he refused to denounce that vote. He also voted against the late-term ban on abortion, the Pain-Capable Unborn Child Protection Act, and the Born Alive Abortion Survivors Protection Act, which protects babies who are already born, who have survived a failed abortion and deserve medical care. And that's not where it stops. As Attorney General in California, he tried to force the Little Sisters of the Poor and people of faith to include abortion coverage in their health care plans. And he even tried to force pro-life community health centers to provide information about abortion in their clinics. And that just completely goes against their mission to provide life-affirming care and alternatives to women who are contemplating abortion. And just to add one more thing, David Daleiden, he attacked him for his role as a pro-life citizen journalist in exposing Planned Parenthood for the buying and selling of baby body parts. He revived 14 felony charges that VP Kamala Harris initially instigated. He revived those charges against him because he wanted to attack the pro-life work that David Daleiden has done, and it's just wrong, and he's completely unfit for this position.
Prudence, during the Senate confirmation hearings this week, Republican Senator Richard Burr of North Carolina did raise concerns over Becerra's qualifications. We know that's nothing new. That is definitely being questioned. But Prudence, can you explain all the different health issues that do fall under the HHS department and why pro-lifers need to pay attention to this?
Right. Well, as Mr. Severino said before, HHS is the department that is at the center of determining abortion policy. And that's why Joe Biden picked Xavier Becerra for this position. He knows that there is no one who is more eager to advocate for his radical agenda of abortion on demand. This is where decisions are made concerning the Hyde Amendment, taxpayer-funded abortion, where conscience protections decisions are made. American people should never be forced to be complicit in abortion against their will, especially if it goes against their deeply held moral beliefs. This is where restrictions are put on dangerous chemical abortions, which are on the rise. Women, more often than not, not are choosing chemical abortion, and that makes the woman the abortionist, putting them in their homes and opens them up to a host of risks, and obviously putting their unborn child at risk too. So it's so important to emphasize that Becerra really has thrown away any guise of being moderate on this issue. He is a wolf in sheep's clothing, and it's crucial that we stop his nomination.
Thank you for that solid analysis. Prudence Robertson with the Susan B. Anthony list. Thank you.
Thanks, Catherine.